today's episode of Huber, my voice is back, so you better turn the volume down. Hey everyone, it's good to be back in the studio. I've got my voice back, and we have a full-on 1-month anime arc planned. We're going to be talking about 2015 in detail. I'm going to go, then you're going to go. I'm going to go, you're going to go. This week we're talking about January through June. Next week it'll be your turn, and so forth. So we're going in 1 month at a time, talking about a game or event from the month that got us all riled up, got us excited, because 2015 was the year of dreams, and we are going to celebrate that. So strap in, buckle up, we're getting started. January started the month out, started the year out with the biggest bang you could ever bang. Resident Evil HD Remaster for PlayStation 4, Xbox One. We've talked about this a bunch this year, but it goes all the way back to Huber Hype Origins. HD remasters, just this gift for so many reasons, because as someone who's beaten the game 100 times, it's a new way to play. It is the best way to play now, considering it's 1080p HD. And you don't even know how many comments and tweets I got about people that had never played Resident Evil before. In fact, actually, Peter Snow on Twitter today confessed. He said, hey, I've never played a Resident Evil game. Okay, let's just take a second there, absorb that, take that in. He said, where should I start? I said, there is only one logical choice, Resident Evil HD. I just started this year out right. It was before things got crazy. And we're going to be doing it again next year with Resident Evil 0 HD. But we're only getting started. Moving on to February. Next up in February, the Order 1886 polarizing video game. That game was dead before it even came out, and that really depresses me. It makes me so sad that the internet kind of had their mind made up to begin with, because it was 5 hours. I mean, it was a witch hunt on this game. Everyone was condemning it. We were starting to go into mathematical algorithms of time equals this much hours of entertainment and stuff. It was just brutal because, sure, The Order isn't the greatest shooter ever made, but it is just a really fun game. It is short, and it is what we like to call, on that Huber scale, of just variety. You know, you got your full-on Mario-only gameplay over here, and then you've got something like The Order over here, where it's like you're watching a movie, but you're kind of in control, because then we can get in this whole argument about like, oh, well, it's just a movie, like is Metal Gear Solid a movie? It's like, your game can have 10 hours of cutscenes and 30 minutes of gameplay. It is still a video game. When you watch a movie, there is no point during that movie where you, player, have the controller and input commands to dictate things that happen. So I love The Order for what it was. It was an interactive movie video game experience. I love the world, love the characters, love Galahad. Really hope he returns to video games, but we will see what happens. Which brings us to March. What happened in March, viewer? What video game was released? It was Bloodborne. Just Bloodborne. So many things to say about this. First, I want to say that looking back, I can safely say now that the Kirk Hammer is my second favorite weapon of all time in video game history, just under the Doom shotgun. I don't think anything will ever touch that Doom shotgun personally, but the Kirk Hammer got mighty, mighty close. Bloodborne just a hell of a game, and took everyone on a ride. I mean, for months, people were just talking about it and living it in. I mean, it just seeped into our very lives and our souls and our hearts and our minds. It's just unlike any other game. It's a game where we just all shared the journey collectively, and that is that is one of the reasons I love Bloodborne so much. It's like, yeah, it's mostly a personal single-player journey. I know you can like summon people and whatnot, of course, but it's mostly a journey that you go on yourself. But for me, I mean, coming into work every day and going online every day and seeing new secrets come up and hearing everyone's stories and hearing that Kyle Bossman used the Nitrous the entire game is just freaking awesome. Everyone went about that game differently, looked at it differently, played it differently, and that is what video games are all about. That game is just a masterpiece. Time to switch gears a little bit. We're about to get really depressing. April was the month where the knife went into my belly, lifted up, twisted like in Face Off, and then taken out so the wound will never close. Silent Hills was canceled. And that is just a bummer because we were just talking about Bloodborne, right? PT kind of had that same thing going for it. I mean, that phenomenon. I mean, few games capture that, where just the entire industry is playing this thing and figuring it out and experiencing it together. And it was like this lightning in a bottle moment. It was just this magical, magical moment. And then you realized that it was just too good to be true. You had one of the greatest video game designer directors of all time, Hideo Kojima. You had one of the most creative horror masterminds of all time, Guillermo del Toro, reviving Silent Hill from the ashes, from the downpour, from the weird place that franchise was in, bringing it back to where it belongs, in the spotlight, in the beauty of horror and intimate horror. It wasn't about some prison convict with a knife and knifing people. It was about being in a house, a haunted freaking mansion. And now we're never gonna get it. And I don't know what's worse, never knowing it existed or having it for just a minute. And then Konami says no. I'm gonna snatch it up and put it in my wallet where I keep all of my Konami bucks, and you will never see it again. We need something to get us out of this Silent Hills funk. We need something. We're down in the dumps. The year is moving on. We just had Bloodborne, but they took Silent Hills away from us. What do we get? The exact opposite of Konami. The generous kings at CD Projekt Red give us The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Another just beautiful game. Okay, oh my God. This is the year, everyone. This is just the year of masterpieces. I mean, we're back to Grand Theft Auto 5 versus The Last of Us all over again. The Witcher 3, kind of in the complete opposite end of Bloodborne. You know, Bloodborne, you have this moment-to-moment crazy gameplay that you can just not get enough of, that will be fun till the end of time. And then you have The Witcher. Yeah, people criticize the combat, I know. Combat's not the best. But those characters in that world are so memorable and so real. Every character you talk to has a soul. It is not just wireframes and polygons and voiceover. It is a living, breathing human or monster or botchling or morpher or troll or whatever. Every single creature in that game is just oozing and screaming with life and heart and soul. And it is just a masterpiece game to get lost in. Hearts of Stone came out. We won't be able to talk about that, so I'm going to talk about it right now. Hearts of Stone came out and took the best of The Witcher and just made it even better. It's a self-contained story, like 15 hours long, no filler, all killer. Just every time I think back on The Witcher, it's just romantic. I just have this warm feeling in my heart, and it's like It's like Peter Pan is home from Neverland, you know? And it's like looking back at the time I spent there is so magical and it's so real. And it's like I went on that journey and I'm forever grateful for that. And here we are in June, the halfway point, the end of episode 1, Huber's Anime Special. The year of dreams is born. E3 2015. Nuke, 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 explode game industry. First we get The Last Guardian. Oh man. Oh, it's emotional. First we get The Last Guardian. Everyone's so pumped on that. It's too good to be true. It's like, all right, you have Last Guardian in your show. That's really all you need. Like, perfect. Best E3. Like, no. Then we get the impossible Final Fantasy VII Remake. This game is being made. This game is coming out. We have seen footage. Footage exists of this game to look at right now. That is the world we live in. It is just insane. So then you're like, okay, it's done. That's a wrap. You got Last Guardian, you got Final Fantasy. Then out of the freaking ether, for no reason, Shenmue 3 gets announced. Dreams have officially come true. I mean, that moment I will never forget in my entire life, sharing it with my coworkers and everyone watching and just every other Shenmue fan out there. I know exactly how and what you were thinking. Just an incredible moment. And just the order of bombshells is ridiculous. And it was just, it made us all believe in the magic again. That's the vibe everyone took away from E3. It's like, dreams are a reality. Video games are the best. And we are just getting started. I mean, we are PS4 and Xbox One and Wii U even are, but these are new systems. The magic is only beginning. And that's it for 2015. It's only the first half. That's the first half of the year. It's already the best year ever. Got Witcher, Bloodborne, E3 of Dreams. But next week, I want to hear from you. Next week is about you. I am going to be reading and talking about your comments that you post about your favorite moments of 2015, your favorite games. Remember to keep it to the first half because second half is spoilers. It hasn't happened yet. So please let me know some of your favorite moments, favorite games, moments that have touched you, games that have touched you, the emotional journey that 2015 has been. It's been a roller coaster of emotion. It's all about you next week, so tweet me at Michael P. Huber or post in the comments the memorable moments of the year, and we're just getting started. It's a beautiful year. Video games 2015, greatest year ever. Everyone always thinks back to Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, Half-Life, all those years. No. 2015, going down in the history books as the single greatest year in video game history, and we're a part of it. Truly an honor. It's time for Huber Scoop. 2015 refuses to die. It continues to deliver some epic games. 2 on Huber's Queue this week. The first, Yakuza 5. Somehow, the theme of dreams coming true has continued, and we got Yakuza from the East. It's a 3-year-old game, it just released. It's on PS3. Check it out if you love GTA, if you love the Mafia, if you love anything at all, if you love video games, check it out. And then next, we got a Wii U exclusive, Fast Racing Neo. It's like Extreme G, F-Zero, Mario Kart. You're switching phases, going over turbo boost, ramming opponents, and it's just a good old-fashioned racing game to cool off in the overwhelming RPG XP year of 2015. Fast Racing Neo, cooling off the year.